fancy seats up here. I'm going the back row.
Of the Board of County Commissions meeting of November 5th, 2024. I think we should call the roll, just so that's for the record. Thank you.
Commissioner Barnett. Commissioner Baxter. Vice Mayor Marino.
Here.
Mayor Sachs.
Here.
Commissioner Weiss.
Here.
Commissioner Woodward. Here. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Well, this is Matters by the Public. Commissioner Weiss, do we have any cards?
Yes, Mayor, we have 3.
Very good. Go right ahead.
All right, Linda Smith, Gail Ladd, and Alexandria Larson.
Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, that's fine. I was turning my phone off. I was afraid it would ring or something in the middle. Linda Smith, Sierra Club, Loxahatchee Group. Good to see you guys all again. Executive Committee Chair representing over 5,000 members and supporters. I voted today, but I'm afraid my sticker came off my sweater.
Okay, I got it.
So thank you for a lot of things. I owe you lots of thanks. Thank you for signing on to the letter for protecting the state parks at Jonathan Dickinson, Maybe, and Martin County, but there are also 8 other state parks all in line to be developed. Your letter was instrumental in communicating to Governor DeSantis that the public overwhelmingly wants to keep state parks wild, so thank you. Thank you also for recently voting on putting our own Palm Beach County natural areas into land trusts. This will afford the public another layer of protection against political winds, whichever way they may blow. And thank you for ratifying grants this morning for the Office of Resiliency. We need more of that. Free money? Oh, well, almost. They have to work very hard for that. I did hear some disturbing news, however, and I heard you're considering a $1.3 billion with a B to renovate or replace the 1989 waste-to-energy plant. In our opinion, Sierra Club, nationally, we believe this is a mistake and short-sighted. On November the 6th, I know Miami is voting to replace their waste-to-energy plant, which burned down, unfortunately. And I understand there will be a lot of pushback from the public. That particular plant endangers Everglades restoration due to some of the toxic ash and pollution that's going to come out of their stacks. It will also allow the pollution to drift northward, where we are. All counties need to emphasize reduction of waste. Palm Beach County is rightfully very proud of the recycle percentage content that we seem to be able to maintain pretty good numbers. We need to build on that, build on the momentum and increase it. If we could spend $1.3 billion on waste reduction, I don't think we would need that new plant. We would not have to deal with the unintended consequences of toxic ash, toxic gas, and transportation costs, just taking it whether it's to the landfill or the waste-to-energy plant. And I believe, and you're allowed to talk if you want to, that the EPA is currently suing or looking into suing the Palm Beach County because of the toxic gas emissions on these waste-to-energy plants. If we reduce waste, we can actually reduce the residents' cost for waste removal and unfortunately not increase the profits for waste management. So in case I miss a couple of the Ag Reserve hearings,
You can go ahead and finish.
I've got
So go right
2 lines. Bednar's may be coming up. I believe that we do not need any more warehouses in Palm Beach County. Dorothy Jacks, your property appraiser, even told you so. Thank you.
Good. Thank
Sorry,
you so
I went
much.
over.
Gail Ladd, and then Alexandra Larson.
Good morning.
Good morning, Gail Ladd from Jupiter, and so nice to see all of you on voting day. I'm sure all of you have already voted. This is very interesting that my dear friend Linda is talking about the energy to waste plant. As a retired educator and member of the Sierra Club, I've advocated for many years the idea of reduce, recycle, reuse. Our county has had a recycling program for many years, and I thank all of you for continuing to advocate that. Surprisingly, when I visit other parts of the country, I asked about the recycling, and they go, well, we don't do that. We just put it all together. I'm thinking, ooh, that's not good. They don't ask their citizens to even separate and recycle. I don't know what happens to their waste. I'm a little bit afraid. In our county, however, we do encourage separating waste into paper products and plastics, glass and cans, for example. That is a good thing, of course. However, what happens to all that when Solid Waste Authority gets it? And I know there's a way to go down there and see all the wonderful things they're doing. I assume that they're doing everything that they can. However, some of it is recycled, but I wonder how. Are there companies that purchase the plastic, the glass, or the aluminum? If no one buys these products, what happens? I've heard plastics may be incinerated as waste to energy. Burning any waste, especially plastics, cause toxins to be released into the atmosphere. You may say there are ways to capture these toxins. Really? How is it measured? Burning waste is an energy-poor fuel. It intensifies climate change. Is it even cost-effective if it was a viable way to eliminate waste? We need to be working toward zero waste, which is the conservation of all resources by means of responsible production, consumption, reuse, and recovery of products, packaging, materials without burning, and with no discharges to land, water, or air that threaten the environment or human health. Composting of leaves and yard waste that could be used for gardening, that would be emphasized. We need to emphasize that more and perhaps have an area where composting could be help the citizens come to it, maybe somewhere, I don't know where, but some place where they could be encouraged to come to get the composted material. I was especially concerned when a neighbor cut down at least 3 large, even though invasive, carrot woods and holly that the birds just loved that could have been mulched and made into mulch for gardens. Also, I've been encouraged to leave the leaves as mulch rather than putting them into plastic bags and given to solid waste. So I'm asking for your imagination and your help. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Alexandria Larson.
Good afternoon.
Commissioners, I'm here because I wasn't going to come. I really wasn't. But I was so offended at the Solid Waste Authority meeting when I got called out with misinformation. I don't do misinformation ever. I don't lie, cheat, or steal. I don't know how. And I don't have a filter. My husband would have told you that. I don't know how to lie. And I was told, and I think that we deserve, as the public, if we are going to be attacked, and that we are told that we're not giving out correct information, we should be able to rebut commissioners who do that. Because I don't ever name a commissioner. In all my years, commissioners, I've always been very kind and tried to omit anybody's name when there's an issue. I don't attack commissioners, and I don't think commissioners should malign the public. Because that incinerator, they built another incinerator just a couple of years ago, and they said it was the cleanest, most pure thing. It was, there's certain words I can't say up here, but it's burping perfume. And it wasn't, because now the EPA is fighting what's going on at the incinerator. And I just hope that from now on a fair playing field, if you're going to attack me, I'm going to come back, and I'm going to talk about it. And I will name names, because I don't want to, but that's not my way. Of 30 years, I've been coming here trying to be decent, always decent. And me and Drew Martin got attacked that day at Solid Waste Authority. And you know it, I know it, somebody can go back and watch the meeting. But anyway, we'll get off that subject. The other thing I'm worried about, the day that we were protecting the park up in Jupiter, we were putting warehouses at the Arthur Marshall. I feel like we're hypocrites. We shouldn't do that. I don't think there needs to be warehouses in front of the Arthur Marshall. It's such a special place. It's 147,000 acres. Then there's the J.W. Corbett, that's 60,000 acres. And we need to keep our open space because they say you need the incinerator because we got so many people. And it's like Jeb Bush did a study in 2000 and development doesn't pay for itself. We go into debt every time we build a house. So I'm hoping that you'll start looking at that because Palm Beach County is such a beautiful place. I can't think of anywhere else in the world that's like us. We're just different in many ways. But the land area and the way things are, and with climate change, I want you all to reach out to Senator Nelson. He runs NASA, and they're shooting off those damn rockets and blowing holes in the atmosphere. NASA used to, if something blew up, they'd at least stop for a couple of years or months and investigate what was going on. Because the one did, a couple of months ago, put a big old hole in the atmosphere. And I think that's part of our really bad weather, commissioners. It's just a theory. But I've been doing it since I was 3 years old. So please get a hold of Nelson and say, take a break with SpaceX because the sucker wants to do double next year. And I don't think our atmosphere can take it anymore until we know about climate change. Thank you.
Thank you always, Ms. Larson.
That's it.
All right, that's it? Wow, that's kind of interesting. I want to thank County Attorney. We had a favorable determinative verdict on a jury trial. So very well done, very well done. And anybody have anything to say? Except let's.
Everybody
I
vote.
want to thank everybody who was here today, especially because you're always here and you always give us some good insight. Appreciate it from the public. Okay, with that, we are officially adjourned for the day. Thank you.